I need to give you a major cringe warning for what we are going to be talking about in this video, because what we have is another situation of a woke celebrity from Hollywood, someone who has done very well for themselves in the entertainment sphere, who is now complaining about things that people said on Twitter towards them or on social media that were mean or whatever else, which I just have to say this, because of course they don't want to listen to this type of narrative, but I just got to say this. I get horrible messages and toxic comments all the time from people on social media across the board, and messages and everything else, emails from people who hate my guts, who despise me, who want me to basically be dead at this point. I've gotten death threats and everything else all the time on social media and in emails and everything else. So these people like Candace Patton they aren't special in this regard, okay? It is not just them that get all these hateful comments, but you don't see me just sitting here crying about it, and I don't, because I don't really care. In fact, all it does is just bolster me more to continue to be who I am. But this actress, who was part of the Flash show, and let's just keep that in mind, okay? Because she played the character of Iris on the Flash show from CW, and I don't know if you guys have seen The Flash, but Iris is one of the worst characters on that entire show, okay? She is horribly written. She was horribly portrayed. The performances were terrible. She was a completely unlikable character all the time, and I could not stand Iris in the first two seasons that I watched of The Flash. So a lot of this is probably bleed over from that, where people who despise her character are unfortunately attacking her personally on social media. And of course, I don't agree with that. I don't think that it's a right thing to do. I don't think that people should be personally attacking celebrities in the ways that they do sometimes on social media. But with all of that to say, she has taken it to steps that I have a hard time believing it. And some of the things that she says here are really weird. So let's go ahead and get into what she says here. So, actor says that racist, misogynist fans almost made her quit The Flash. She is not protected, whatever that means. So, Patton made the remarks during an interview with the Open Up podcast, saying she wanted to quit as early as season 2 because of how fans reacted to her character online, which her character was awful. So, I don't know what to tell you. Your character was terrible. And that's not necessarily her fault either. It's the writers who were just terrible at writing her character. But now people understand it a little better, and they understand how fans can be racist, especially in the genre, misogynistic, all of that. But at the time, it was kind of just like, that's how fans are, but whatever. Patton said during the interview. Well, I mean, you're always going to have fans, and this is, you run the risk of this whenever you put yourself in the public space, okay? If you play a character in a show, you put yourself in the risk, and that's a risk that you have to accept as a possibility that people aren't going to like you. People aren't going to like you online. People aren't going to like your character. They're going to say mean things to you online and everything else. That is just something that you have to accept. The fact that all of these celebrities who are making millions and millions of dollars to play these characters on TV shows are then going and complaining about some of the negativity that they get just baffles my mind. Like, why is it that big of a deal to you? Why are you so focused on some things that a handful of people say that you don't like on Twitter about you? It's ridiculous. I don't understand the incessant complaining behind this. Even with the companies I was working with, the CW and Warner Brothers, I think that was their way of handling it. I think we know better now. It's not okay to treat your talent that way, to let them go through abuse and harassment. Like I said, I get so much harassment online from people who are sending me messages and comments on my posts and emails and everything else. I don't care. I don't focus on that. All it does is just make me want to continue doing what I'm doing. The actress also said there was no support systems. It was just free range to get abused every single day. There were no social media protocols in place to protect me. They just let all that stuff sit there, she continued. It's just not enough to make me your lead female and say, look at us, we're so progressive, we check the box. It's great, but you've put me in the ocean alone around sharks. And of course, we all know that a lot of the progressive stuff that they continue to do with studios is all just, it's all just hypocritical anyway. So that's just something that you just got to wake up to yourself, that is all just BS. But anyway, so she continues on. She cries about it. She whines about it. And then she goes on this weird rant where she goes, "It's like if I get pulled over at 2 a.m. in Jackson, Mississippi by a white cop. Do you think he gives a crap that I'm Candace Patton from The Flash?" Well, personally, I don't really give a crap that you're Candace Patton from The Flash. So we still need protection because the world sees us in a certain way. When I step onto set and everyone working around me is white, I'm not protected, and I will never be protected. Oh my gosh. So, and of course, she turns all of this into a race issue where she is, apparently if everyone is white around her, she's not protected, which is in itself is a pretty racist thing to say. Let me just point that out. And that's not to say everyone has bad intentions, but, and yes, there's the but they have blind spots, and that can also contribute to my harm. So you can tell that she has just been completely just bought into the victimization mentality that Hollywood, that's exactly what Hollywood wants from black people. They want them to be in this victimized state all the time. It's not just Hollywood, it's all of the establishments in our country. And it's bad. It is so bad that they continue to keep them just in this state. It's insane. And this comment right here is just like, sums it up perfectly right here, okay? Believing everybody around you is racist is a key component to black identity thinking. Unfortunately, that is the case because they want them to feel victimized at all times. So it's sad that this is the way that she views things. And I'm not saying that she didn't get some harassment. She probably did online, and that's not good. But she is just like taking it to all these extremes that just aren't reality. Like to say that all white people around you is a bad, just having white people around you is a bad thing is just an insane thing to say. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy, but this is what they want. So she wants them to hire off-duty police officers to protect her from on-duty police officers. Here's a quick hint. Nobody requires you to be on social media. Exactly. So, with all of that being said, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. What do you think about what Candace Patton is saying here? Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.